So now people are listening to the item of Karoga on Bird of Prey stream, so we'll wait a little bit. But I start the stream because right now I wanted to make the stream ready when people will be able to come. They will have maybe signalization. They will get notification and they will see them on their choice. So it would be interesting. So we'll speak a little bit. We tried to do that stream before that bird started, and obviously when Resolute Germs said to me that bird was streaming, I decided it was better to not do competition to Bird of Prey. I mean, we collaborate. We are together in that jobs about streaming, so it's better to hello Resolute Germ, you are back. So it's better to work together than compete each other. So yourself, please, all of you. We'll wait a little bit, some minutes, the time that the atom of Karoga finish, and to see all the other people coming here, my other subscribers. I will speak about the new Star Trek comics that I received today. I was really glad to receive that batch of comics. I was waiting for them. Yes, birds singing right now. That's totally fine. We'll wait for him. That's it's better to start it right now. So in that case, people will receive notification. Maybe that people that I know that not Ryan Johnson arrived late to the stream of Bird of Prey because he didn't receive any notification. Though, so now I will be able to know that I have my streams. Is one of my subscribers coming to the discussion. That's why I left early ahead. So maybe Bird of Prey. Some people like Bird of Prey singing. I mean, some people consider him really talented. That's not a problem. So guys, it was a good stream from Bird of Prey. It was interesting. Got stories from Momo Prey. We spoke about. I mean, this guy's impossible to not spoke about the coronavirus these days. That's the big craziest of our time right now. Except maybe they also global warming is there too. We'll got an economic crisis. We'll see at which point. I mean, if the government support the small people and help people to get their salaries and all that stuff, we'll be maybe able to get. So Bird of Prey, glad Bird to see you here. We're still waiting for the other persons. I know, Bird, that a lot of my subscribers were listening to you singing the national anthem of Karoga. So we'll wait that they arrive, and I'm sure we'll have some people there. Oh, we're already at 5 people. So please identify yourself. We'll be glad to see you. 7 is going good. That's 7. This is a number we'll hear often today. Yeah. 8. So, Cinnamon Bunny, have you sealed your house with plastic wrap and duct tape yet? Not already. I mean, we have a house fine. I mean, the virus will not go there. LDG Pixel, I'm really glad to see you. I don't remember that I saw you on the streams, LDG Pixels. Maybe you are a new one. Joseph, identified yourself. So I am Alexandre Pouliot-Roberge. You know me. Joseph, you identified yourself. I'm really glad to see you, Joseph, on my stream. So we'll wait another 30 seconds, 1 minute before to start to speak about. Check you out, first timer here, but you are welcome, LDG Pixel. Subscribe to the channel. We speak about stuff. 47 Yorktown. Yes, I'm alive, and I'm waiting for you, and I'm really glad you are there too. So we'll speak about that. Run fast? No, 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 Joseph. He should stay there. He should stay here. We have good conversation. We'll speak about Star Trek comics. Generally, I speak about comics here. We had spoke about Conan, about the spirit meaning stuff. But now this is Star Trek, and I know that when this is people around about our community with people around Bird or Prey and Anti Tracker, we know that Star Trek is always first. So, question. We'll wait another 30 seconds and I will start first to explain a little bit what's going on with that order that arrived today. I was waiting that order for 1 week. And that's a really good, seriously, if you like comics on eBay, they are like a seller name is My Comic Shop. Oh, this is really classic as a name of a comic shop, but he's a really good seller. Is well organized for shippings. Everything is fast. I never have any technical problem with his web stores on eBay. So he's a really good one. And this is from him. Then I order mini comics because I spoke some times ago on the Anti-Tracker channel that I wanted to buy all the comics, Star Trek comics with 7 of 9, and I didn't already bought everything, but a good part of them, by the way. So we'll see. I've been really surprised from the number of different publisher of comics that Star Trek got in the years. That's really interesting. So first, we'll begin with this one, Star Trek Village. If someone read the comics, and if you are like in the chats, you can say to us, I read it. It's good. It's fine. Obviously, when we speak about 7 of 9, 7 loves girl now. Oh yes, I mean that's not a problem. We still love 7 of 9, disregarding who she loves. So. This one is, this is the older of them. It's looked to be, as I know, April 1998. Yes, April 98. This is the only one made by Marvel Comics. More specifically, Marvel presents Paramount Comics, Star Trek Voyager Splat. So as you see, the art looked fine. Bellatoris look awful like that. It's a good, interesting. Like the Doctor looked fine. 7 of 9 here, I'm a little bit surprised because she has a pretty face and everything, but her hair isn't representative of the haircut she got in the past. Much to say, I know nothing about the story inside. For me, it was pure discovery, not that discovery, please. So, Jim, until we see 7 in bed with a woman, it's not true. I didn't prove. She can like women and men. Anyway, if she liked the two of them, it's even better. So. That's that comic. So Star Trek Voyager Splashdown. It's wrote here. You have here the Star Trek logo, Part 1. So is it the first from a series? I don't know. I will really watch from that because I really just put on the side. The way I'm working on eBay when I'm searching for comics. First, I try to find all the information I need. So in that case, it was all the comic from 7 of 9. I found a website. I need to search it. It's not my priority on that stream, but I found a website where you have all the characters on Star Trek, and that character you have the list of comic where they have appearance. In fact, so I got 7 of 9. I watch all the comics where they have appearance, and we know obviously she's there. She has an appearance. I think. It's now it's wrote Part 1, but I have the impression that comics being a one shot didn't have any follow up, as I remember when I will watch information. So I bought some time on the stuff. The other I have here. This is generally I prefer to watch to buy trade paperback when this is a series. So. At this point, but there were no trade paperback for that series. 4 likes. Thank you for the 4th likes that I received. So this one is from, as I said, mini publisher. It was Marvel for the first one. This is the only one I have from Marvel. That this is Wildstorm. I didn't know Wildstorm as a publisher. Maybe I need to search more a little bit. Should, because close to all the comics I have from Star Trek right now are published by Wildstorm. Maybe this is a sub company of another bigger publisher. The series here that I have is Star Trek Voyager Planet Killer. I don't know if someone read that. If someone read that, say to me. This is the number 1 here. Obviously, you know this is Star Trek Voyager, so 7 of 9 is in it, but she's not on the cover. She's on the cover of the second one. Here you can see she's there. She's really, that's good writing. I'm really curious to see to understand what's Spock, McCoy, and Kirk are doing in that comics, because this is supposed to be a Voyager comics, and I never saw Spock meet 7 and 9. So why they are together on the covers, I mean, I will know it by reading it, but that's really interesting. But this is really the comic of that mini-series of 3 comics when we see on the cover 7 of 9. But obviously, as I said, this is Star Trek Voyager. So if someone read the series Planet Killer, you can speak about it in the streams. I will be really glad to have news from it. The third one on the cover, this is the Doctor. But if you can see, is it a really weird situation? This is like if you become I don't know if it's trapped. I think it's trapped like it's look like a bionic, like growing plant. I don't know what it is, or like kind of weird octopus. Seriously, I have no idea what it is. At the beginning, the first time I saw that, I thought that the Doctor was transforming a monster, but it doesn't make any sense. This is an hologram, so he cannot transform in that kind of stuff. And he looked to be electrified. Wildstorm is a DC subsidiary. Thank you, Rizzo Germ. So Wildstorm is part of DC comic. So I'm really glad to know it. So it means that for a time, DC Comics had the right toward with Wildstorm about of the Star Trek comics. So another of Wildstorm. So DC Comic, as Rizzler Germ said to us. Thank you, Rizzler Germ. This one is a trade paperback, but trade paperback it's looked to be, or a big one shot. I'm not sure of it. Because this is bigger than a single comic, but at the same time, not so much. So this is another Wildstorm Star Trek Voyager Elite Force, and on the cover we don't see 7 of 9, but obviously it was in the list where 7 of 9 as appearance on in the comics. So obviously Star Trek Voyager. Say elite forces. So as we can see, this is all the. I have the impression like there are someone here looking really much like what the hell? I can forget the name. Like Cisco in the back. You look like Cisco, but I'm not sure. Elite Forces, is it a crossover or something like that? I'm not sure. For now, the majority of the people I see on that cover look to be people from Star Trek Voyager, but I don't see any reason why Cisco will be in a Voyager comic. So maybe it's just random stuff that he looked like him. So 7 of 9 in this one. This is Voyager, but she's not on the cover. But this one, oh damn, she is. That's my favorite one, and I receive. If we speak about covers, this is against Wildstorm. So that's obviously they are two single comic in this one for sure. This is a small mini series of two, bringing a trade paperback, and this is like name false color, and this is you can see here. This is 7 of 9, and she's amazing. And all up there on YouTube lands, glad to see you, not Ryan Johnson. I was waiting for you because I saw that you arrived late at the streams of Pouliot-Roberge. You didn't receive. So Joseph Patrick subscribes to my channels. Thank you, Joseph. Really glad to have you as a subscriber now. So Ryan, not Ryan Johnson, I know that you have been late. You didn't receive any notification for the stream of Pouliot-Roberge. So right now we are with you. That's the Momo hat. No, no. This is an anti-Momo challenger hat because the Red Army will never support Momo the challenger. It will never support the Momo challenge. The Red Army is against COVID-19, against the Momo challenge, and of course against like I will not name the unnameable. So 7 looking good on the cover. Yes, she looked amazing on that cover. Sad that, if you can see there, sad that the light is not so good here. But you know, that's a great cover. There are some of the single comic like that or small trade paperback. Yes, Joseph, I thought you were subscribed before too. You were not, but it's looked that it was not the case. But no problem. Now we know you are subscribed. Maybe you came sometimes like on the stream and without subscribing, and this is the reason why you thought you were subscribed. So it's a great one. That one, after that I read it, I will put it on my wall. So it's I put like some kind of blue glue there. We have that we can put it without doing any damage to the wall and to the comics. I keep the white pad, the white cartoon here. So with that, it will be person. Obviously, this is not 7 of 9. As it were one, the cover, I don't absolutely no idea what kind of idea it is. If it's named Star Trek Voyager Avalon Rising, and here we see, well, it's pretty weird. I mean, when I bought that comic, so then I need to buy that. Is it really interesting? But this is interesting because 7 of 9 feature in that comic, so obviously it will be good. So this is Avalon Rising, and here we have some kind of middle-age situation, like medieval pictures, where the doctor is riding a horse. So what it is exactly? Is it like in the? Is it like I don't know? In the so I forget the name, but is it like hologram stuff? Is it time travel? Is it like I don't know? Imaginary world, no idea, absolutely no idea. If you read that comic in the past, I mean, you can write about it and give us some information about it, but I will read that. I have absolutely no idea what's going on with Avalon Rising, but if 7 of 9 is there, obviously this is interesting. This is interesting. So Joseph Patrick asked, I see all comics books are sealed. Did you read them, or are you collecting them to have it in mint condition? I'm reading all the comics, but I didn't already read all my comics, but the goal is all to read them. In fact, I received that in that condition because my comic shop and other comics seller, they put that in that kind of stuff sealed. The comics never arrive like that. When the comic shop reissue the holodeck shenanigans, probably yes. This is when I was searching the word. I was searching with a term, the holodeck. So when they receive the comics at the stores, they are not in that kind of stuff. They receive it like without any protection. But in fact, they are protect, but they are produced by box and everything. So when they separate there, the good sellers, they put it in that kind of stuff. They take like a piece, a white board, and they put them in a kind of plastic that is really made only for comics. And the good sellers are doing that to protect them. So personally, I keep them like that. I have a lot of comics like that. Other sellers that not bad sellers, but that don't do them. If you can see that's an example, my Spirit comics here from of DC. I bought that from another sellers, and he didn't have it. It was not my priority. My comic shop, my local comic shop, proper comic production, very important. Exactly, is a germ. I will buy some of them. It was not my priority for now, but I will buy some of them to protect my comics that are not already protected like that. I want to keep them in good condition. So 4, 5, 2. This is the number 3. As you can see, from the same series, but both from another seller. You know, that Spirit one, that's the second one from the DC DC series. The guys send them. They are not no board behind, but they are like the plastic that then you can open and close. So in that case, you can read them, and after that, protect them from grass or the time or everything. So I still have other comics from Star Trek, 2 of them. So first, this one, it's from published by IDW. So now you know this IDW now has the right from of Star Trek comics. This is Mirrors and Smoke. So I think this was Plunder, the Mirror Universe with Genoway. I think this is, it's named like 25 Star Trek Voyager. I'm not sure. Is it like for the 25th anniversary of Star Trek Voyager? I think that we have not already. This is not already the 25th anniversary of Voyager. Voyager is a little bit like older than that, younger than that. Maybe the year that start. I don't know. We'll see. I received some kind of emails. Oh, Amanda the Jedi is live, so I will watch that later. She's just doing stream of 4 or 5 hours, so no emergency. So IDW did that Mirror and Smoke. It's looked like, I mean, I think this is like the comics. We see 7 of 9 there, everywhere the wish is. This year, this is the Voyage 25th anniversary, so I think this is something that have just been published this year. Maybe this is something new. We'll watch. We'll open it. We'll watch the year of publication. So I didn't open the others. Let's see. 2009 to 2019. So it's new. The art is fine. This is really new. So it's really the 25th anniversary of Voyager. So we have yes, Neelix fighting. That's great. Oh, I'm not sure that we have 7 of 9 there up there because let's see. Then we have 7 of 9. I will search for you 7 of 9, and I will find her in the comics. She's in the Mirror Universe. Yes, I found her. I found her. She's there, right there. So you can see her here. She's directly here. So we have 7 of 9. Obviously, she's there again. So it was not a mistake. I did right to buy that from my collection. So I will be glad to see that. I will put it again in the production. I don't know what is in that comics at all. So for me, it will be each one would be a surprise, and at some point it's a good thing for me. It would be more interesting. So the last one will be like maybe 30 minutes. So this is a big one. That's a big trade paperback. That's a real one. Like I like them. This is the Q conflict, and the Q conflict, as you can see right now, all the ships there, so you recognize them. And this is like, as I understand, Q put in competition the fourth greatest Star Trek equipage crews. So you have there Star Trek, then TNG, TOS. I don't know if Q is Momo, but obviously, I mean, they have something in common. But I think that Q can do something positive, but Momo the Challenger is just like cancer for the civilized world. So you have Voyager, and as I understand, you also have Enterprise. So I will open it. We didn't open so much of comic. Yes, yeah, of course, but don't do his challenge, Bird. Even if Momo is Q, don't do his challenge. So we'll see. Oh, I have Evan. I see. Look at that. Look who we have. Yes, you recognize that guy. So we have a little bit of TNG in that too. We'll see that if we have. In fact, I don't see Enterprise. I mean, so you have all the captain there: Kirk, Picard, Janeway, and Cisco. They are all together there, and Q is over there. Yes, be careful with that ice cream truck, not Ryan Johnson. It's Mamie Momo trying to challenge people now. Is Twitter, the fact that he try on Twitter to challenge people, nobody accepts challenge, and now will try to propose ice cream for challenging people. And so yes, you can trust Bird on that. I mean, Bird, when you see a trap, you can recognize it. I mean, a lot of, as you know, a lot of Gmail called Bird to try to put a trap to him, and he never he never felt in the trap. So we will not fall in that trap from Momo against ice cream also. So Bird, continue to don't give up. So here we have the draw 709 in a way that will certainly be very interesting. And as you can see here, we have the Borg Queen. Why exactly? We don't know. We don't know. We'll know it by reading it. That's very interesting. So it was not Enterprise. It was really Enterprise not there. This really like Deep Space Nine. So we have Star Trek: The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and TOS together in the queue. That act start to make me. I will get rid of him for now. For the rest, the few last minutes we have. So this is the 4 captain we have. It's looked really interesting. We have another 709. She's there. She's amazing. She's so great. You know that. Yes, it will be great to read. I mean, we have some weird creature here. You can see. What's that? I mean, there are someone read that before? No, nobody. Better pray. Are you a son of Momo? Oh, that's Reserve chair. Wow. Shit's Momo the Challenger doesn't have any children. This is one of the reasons why he's so, so unpleasant and so vile, you know. Uh, Thought Momo was a girl. It's not. The fact is, the theory we have, the hypothesis we have about Momo the Challenger is that one time he was a Californian, really mean, that was hating a lot of people, and he got genital gangrene. And and he didn't take care. He didn't take care of the genital gangrene, and didn't try to do anything about his genital gangrene because he was too busy to be on the internet insulting everybody and trolling everybody. So his genital gangrene became worse and worse and worse, and his genital gangrene spread to all his body at the point when he became absolutely disgusting. His eyes became disgusting. And all that problem, he became disgusting, and he lost even more his mind than before. So he became crazy, insane. He was in frenzy, and he started to challenge everybody in any way. And now he's right there. He's still on the internet challenging and accusing people to try to make explode everything. So no, this is not in Stricker. That's another person. Momo the Challenger from the hypothesis have. So it was a kind of challenge to accuse good people to try to create explosion and all that stuff. So this is the hypothesis about who is in fact Momo the Challenger. It's a little bit like, and sometimes he come back to his original personality, and after that is Momo again. But in that case, this is not Mr. Jekyll, and this is not Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This is more Dr. Hyde and Mr. Hyde. This is more like that. So this is like this is Momo the Challenger, and we need to be together against that threat. I mean, there are two big threats that we need to fight right now: COVID-19 and Momo the Challenger. So obviously, for now, COVID-19 is really more dangerous than Momo the Challenger. But never forget that after COVID-19, Momo the Challenger was still there. He will still challenge people. Don't do his challenge. Don't do the Momo challenge. Don't do it. Wash your hands. This is not a challenge from Momo. Washing his hands, this is the best thing to do against COVID-19. But any challenge from Momo the Challenger is dangerous. And if he challenges you to wash your hands, this is a trap. He doesn't want to challenge you to wash your hands. This is a trap. He tried to push you to not wash your hands, and this is his real challenge behind that. COVID Momo will be a really awful mix. It will mean that not only Momo the Challenger has genital gangrene, but he got COVID-19 too. But we don't know if it will make him sick and better than everyone, or if he will start disguise himself as a Jehovah's Witness and go door by door to spread the virus. Because between you and me, this is Momo the Challenger. Everything that is evil is ready to do it. Momo is Californian. You say must be Pelosi. I don't know. I don't think that. I don't think so, because the way I saw Momo in the Challenger on the web, he was really pro-Trump. I mean, each time I see him write, he was supporting the Republican. Really, so I don't think this is Pelosi. I don't say that I like Pelosi, but obviously Momo the Challenger is really not. It's not a isn't a Democrat for sure. By the way, I spoke about the Star Trek comics. I put it in order and all that stuff, and I will put them in my new mail. But this is not the only comics I receive. I thought Momo was from Tennessee. I'm pretty sure it's from California. He's the son of Momo Prey, and I mean, don't do any joke about Momo Prey and the Momo Challenge, because there are some people that will go on the DGLDC Discord and form a trio to get your skin, get your head on a pike. Or some people that are really like, they have thin skin about that kind of jokes. I mean, that's crazy. That's completely insane. That's insane. Some people like they are not able to understand any jokes. No jokes. This is no joke, people. No joke. You can't stand any joke. So, by the way, that one about the Mirror Universe, I bought it 2 times. That's my mistake. I make another orders yesterday of comics. When I bought, it was 3 Conan from Dark Horse, and I bought also like the Spirit, the one shot, the Spirit. This is a crossover with the Spirit and Batman, and I bought it too because it's one of the few comics I missed from the Spirit. And I thought that this one, Voyager, Mirror Universe Voyager, yes, LDG Pixel, this is Mirrors and Smoke. What's the name? It's interesting. This is a new one. This is by IDW. You can buy it easily on the net, on eBay. It's not so much expensive. Not Runches. LDG Pixel said, yeah, I have been trying to get to stream some stem of a channel I want to do, spend so much on everything that this. There's a germ speak with Berto Prey, so she wasn't driving ice cream truck. So I will put that at it. So this one, I will sell it. One of my friends is buying my doubles. I will also have a lot of doubles from the Green Hornets, because now comics did at the end of the 80s and the beginnings of the 90s, a lot of comics from the Green Hornets. The volume 1, the first series was of, and I say properly, 14. Yes, it was 14 comics. And the other one, the volume 2, I mean the second series, had 40 comics. They did some comics of Kato and some comics about some miniseries, like we have Tales of the Green Hornets, and they also Sting of the Green Hornets. But when I bought that, it wasn't a deal because I didn't buy that only alone. It was really. It was supposed to be $20 US dollars at the beginning, and the guy resisted to $5 US, and I have other comics to buy with that. I don't remember what was the comics and I got for that. Yes, there was 2 DC comics, The Spirit, including this one. It was in the deal. So I bought that thinking, because I wanted to do the series of now comics from the Green Hornet. But finally, I found a deal when you have because I have only all from the series of the 14 comics, only the first one from the series of 40, and two comics from the miniseries. But there was a deal at $65 US, and shippings that was really fine. And I've been able to buy all of that. So now this is all doubles. I have one of my friends, he collects close to the same things to me. And so he's buying my doubles. He bought some doubles, some Judge Dredd comics I have in doubles. He bought also a collection of ice hockey cards from the KHL. And he likes Star Trek and the Green Hornet too. So we will buy that. And some of my cards of Star Trek CCG, because I have a ton of them. And he wants to have some of them. So this one, I put it in the others. But all the rest, Wildstorm Comics, IDW, all that stuff, put it together. And I will show to you what I bought more. This is Marvel Comics. That's the first one. So that's the first one. That's the last one. And put it there in my model table. what I saw here, you can see that people that have been on my stream in the past, maybe they saw that the Mabel there changed that desk, the small. I put that I took there on. Uh, I took there at the first floor, and I then bring that in the basements because the problem I had with you say the small library tablets of that Mabel, a small one, it is great in that direction, like that. This one, there was that my hockey cards, my book hockey cards that I moved in that one. It was really tight in that inside of that. So I moved there, and I have more place for all my KHL hockey cards there, and I have also some cards from Hooters and stuff like that. So I moved it there, and I took the small bibliothèque. So bibliothèque, this is like in French. I don't know why I forgot the word. I put it there. So I keep all my Call the Conqueror, all Call the Slayers, and my Eman hardcover, like Eman Omnibus there, and I kept it there. So I put it there. There was like another Mabel's that I moved there, so I've been able in that case to move and change a little bit. Like in the past, here people remember it was the spirits there. They all move right now. Here the spirits are all there under the computer there, and being able to make some space for the Conan one because here this is all the Conan. This is all Chronicle of Conan. This is Conan from the 34 trade paperback of Conan made by Marvels. Here you have the 11 trade paperback of Conan, King Conan, made by Marvel too, that have been republished by Dark Horse, and this is King Conan. So we named that King Conan Chronicle. After that, we start with what have been created by Dark Horse and published by Dark Horse. So all that stuff is republished, have been republished. It was all stuff from Marvel republished by Dark Horse. And I always start to do it, that stuff to make the collection of the Dark Horse original Conan. So we have like 22 trade paperbacks at first. That's the complete series. So for now, I have not all of them. We also have the out of series, like, and they are like a series only of King Conan of 5, and all together, and also the 2 crossover Red Sonja Conan. So all together, this is 39 trade paperbacks. I have 20 of them. Today I received one of them. It's the number 15 of the number 15 of the trade paperback number 15, and I'm waiting from an order I did yesterday. The trade paperback number 8, number 9, and number 11. So with that, I will be at 23 on 39. But the problem is I will miss some space. So the fact that here we have 75 books from the series in French, Savage Short of Conan. This is what I bought 2 weeks ago, as you can see. The cover is already good. This is each of them are published and sold. There are a new one each 2 weeks. So I have still 70 weeks to buy all the others. So maybe I will take some of them. I took the number 35 and 40, and I put there below. Maybe I will take the number 31 to 35 and put it below too, to make some space to the other trade paperback of Conan. So is that the Arnold Conan or a different Conan? So it's interesting, really interesting question to ask because Conan the Barbarian from with Arnold Schwarzenegger is a great movie. This is really pleasant movie. I like it to watch it again. But the fact is that Conan in that movie is not really Conan. In fact, they change a lot of stuff. Conan has never been a slave. Conan has never been a gladiator. Conan is a womanizer. So this is not someone that this is not a character that fall in love with one woman, and as he did with Valeria in the movie. The Conan we see in the Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger is closer to the character of Cole. Conan the Momorian, no, forget that. Not Ryan Johnson. That's impossible. If Conan will meet Momo the Challenger, he will cut him in half. They are not compatible. I will show you exactly who is Cole. I have it here. I hope it's not gonna fall. So here you have Savage Sword of Cole. Cole named the Slayer. Cole is another characters made by the same writer than Conan. And Dark Horse, this is in the same universe, but not at the same time. This is like a barbarian that succeed to become a king, a little bit like Conan, but completely different psychology. Cole is not a womanizer. Cole is really serious characters. Like Conan's a little bit like he makes jokes a little bit more. The Conan we saw in with Arnold Schwarzenegger is really closer to Cole the Conqueror. Yes, that movie Resolute Germ. Again, that's very funny because the Conan by Arnold looked more by like Cole, and the movie Call that from with Sorbo look really more like Conan. So this is like if the two characters have been switched and that two movie, because Conan is really more like the Call we saw in the movie. He's looking more. It's like this is a free will barbarian. He do a little bit what he does, a little bit what he wants, and like he's a womanizer. Often he's a thief and everything. And the other hand, Cole is really a serious character. Really like you have he look really like the Conan we saw in the movie. So this is really different. But Savage Short, but Cole is a little bit less known than Conan, and you can see the difference. Conan, that kind of series, Dark Horse did that series for Conan too, Savage Short of Conan. And you have, as I remember, 18 omnibus like that. Cole has only 2 of them. Dark Horse did that's the original Call. That's again from Marvel. You have Chronicle of this is the same system that Conan that have been published. You have Chronicle of Cole and Chronicle of Cole. That is the stuff from Marvel that Dark Horse republished, and you have original Dark Horse Call movie. Other thing that I started to speak about it on a stream of someone else. I don't remember. I think this was a stream of Cinnamon Bunny. Look at that. I order. That's the first one of the series. There are 5 of them. This is Judge Anderson. Judge Anderson is the judge that is a psi judge. It's just she has like telekinetic power, and also she can read mind and all that stuff. And she's in the Judge Dredd universe. Some people said that Judge Anderson is the sidekick of Judge Dredd, but they are working together, and she has really her own history and all that stuff. There are 5 in that series, like Judge Dredd had 34 of them, but this is the same concept, but 5 of them with the stories specifically of Judge Anderson. Unfortunately, the number 2 is impossible to find right now. We'll see if they will republish it, if I can find it for a normal price. But I already have the number 1 and the number 4, and I'll order this week the number 3 and the number 5 from a really good seller, another seller that is on eBay. I don't remember the name of the seller. He sold to me also some of the there are some of the omnibus from that I got from Judge Dredd about it, and I'm still waiting for my crossover, The Spirit and the Rocketeer, that have been published by IDW. This is the only comics of The Spirit that have been made by IDW, and I order it from him. So I'll wait. I'm still waiting for it. This is the older. This is, I can tell you, the older order that isn't already here. So what the hell, Leonardo? He fell on his face. So so that's the point where we are right now with all that lockdown here. My comic shop, to me, not the comic shop from eBay, but my local comic shop named Premiere Issue in Quebec is closed. So we still are waiting. I hope you will open soon. By the way, I received also today, not this one. That's not the good one. I received some Jonah Hex too. What the hell? Yes. I received some Jonah Hex too. Like, yeah, Jonah Hex 1994, made by DC Comics Vertigo. Two Guns Mojo. It's looked absolutely great. Violent and dark as Jonah Hex is. It's a Creed character. And but on that, what I'll say, the secrets, the scars on his face look really light. It's supposed to be worse than that, but I'm pretty sure it will be great. Vertigo did a lot of interesting stuff. I have another Jonah Hex here that I received today. That Jonah Hex is the series that been made by DC before New 52. So this is Tall Tales here. So we have Jonah Hex as his best. Look, that's great art. Jonah Hex, well, yes, Jonah Hex movie was underrated. You're absolutely right. So it's I want to show you the comics properly. It's art now because this is dark. Look at that face. The scars is really great. We'll open it. That's insane. So you got it. You got a Jonah Hex here. Someone shot his bottle. He didn't like it. Little crazy action. Jonah Hex is jumping directly on the leg of the horse, and bang, the guy is flying. That's great. Did he knock his teeth with his boot? Flang. That's pure Jonah Hex. It's so great. So what do we have here? Here again. Oh, I want some violence. Look, we got it. Jonah Hex shooting as the king is. I like him. That's a great character. Oh my God. That's great. Jonah Hex with a hex. Look at that. It will be just pure gold to read. I don't understand why that character isn't more popular. It's absolutely amazing. So guys, we got I did 55 minutes. I was thinking maybe do an half an hour, but finally it's been longer. But interesting. I was glad to show you what I received today and in the last week. But oh, that's not on the good side. need to be like that. So sorry, I will come back in front of the screen. So that was it. So we'll speak again. I was for a week not so much there. First, I work in a place where we have no internet. There was a lot of stress with the situation of my girlfriend. By the way, she's going better right now. We fixed some stuff. We had no conflict. I mean, this is like because in Russia, actually, with COVID-19. Uh, what the official what they say in the media is what really happened is pretty different. And also there was all the problem that it was really unstable, from I received a paycheck yesterday for something like close to 140 hours of work in 2 weeks. And this week, last week was this week I didn't succeed to do my 40 hours. I have only 32 hours of work. So 70 hours the week before, and now 32. It's a drop, a big one. And next week I have only a schedule of 20 hours. So I will be forced to watch what happens. I want to keep that job, but I need to find more hours to work until the time. The groceries here search people. I don't know if they are still searching. I distribute my CV to that people, to that companies, because we have 4 big groceries at 5 or 10 minutes of walk. They are all in the same areas, so it was really easy when I went to the post office, search for my orders that was just arrived with the comics, Star Trek comics, all that stuff that I present today, to distribute some my curriculum vitae to 4 of that stores. It will be the best option for me until that time. But also I can take because I work so much, I did so much overtime in the last years. The advantage is not only the salary we receive; it's because we have some time banks that we put hours like. First, there are our holiday pay. Holiday pay. This means that when I'm taking 2 weeks off, I receive money. This is the equivalent of 4% of the salaries we have in the year. And the goal generally is to make sure that when you go you stop to work for that 2 weeks, that you receive the equivalent of 2 weeks of pay. But the fact that it's 4% in the salary make that I work so much. I mean, did so much overtime that 4% is really higher. So I will if I receive that pay for if I don't work, in that case I will receive more money than if I work 40 hours a week during 2 weeks. But we also have 2 other banks. They are the banks of bank of sick days, and the banks of that is named like this times of reserve. This is a bank that we can, if example you work only 37 hours in a day, you can pick 3 hours that you have stuck in bank, and this is in fact this is like 80 hours when they distribute in that 80 no, this is 40 hours, I think, 40 hours, and they distribute the equivalent of 2% of your salaries. So in fact this is extra money. In fact, this is extra monies. 2 hours, the equivalent the equivalent of 2% of the money you work the year before, and they distribute them on 2 weeks, on 40 hours. And in fact, again, it will be higher than I will win more money than if I work because of that. So this week I work only 32 hours, and I will take 8 hours of that bank, and I will mix them for be sure that it give 40 hours. The next week I will try to make the same things. Maybe if I'm lucky, they will call me because if someone is sick or something like that, maybe I will succeed to do more than 20 hours. We'll see, but I'm still able again to pick 20 hours of that bank and will still have other time, because when you don't take them at the end of the years, I mean, they stay in the system, they stays in your account, and it's you get more and more of them. Though this is the same, so I'm able when the way I calculate them, I will be able to be paid for 2 months without working because all of that stuff, because I never I was working all the time, so my bank, that kind of time banks is really full. But my goal is still to keep them. I want to keep some of that banks for my future wedding, because the wedding is always is only postponed. I still want to go in Cuba with Guzelle and marry with her, so we will do it for sure. And for that, I need to have some. I need to have some days, pay days in bank. I will use at least a good week, at least a week. So we'll see what happened on that case. But this is the reason I was not there. And also, finally, I must to admit that so I had anxiety for all that stuff, and now it's beginning to be fixed too. So we know a little bit where we are going with that. And finally, I must to admit, and nobody there in the streams for the 6 people that is there, or anybody that was there, are guilty of that. But all that story with the hand sanitizers, the way that DJ Adesi like take the side of Captain Redneck, and the fact that Captain Redneck like succeed to convince some people that I was trying to create explosion, what's completely ridiculous. You can make explode ethyl alcohol with and with glycerin. If you mix that together, they will know. He accused me to push people to create self suicide. I mean, what the fuck it is? I mean, what kind of person is able to create to lie like that, and try to destroy the reputation of someone? And on DGIDC, he like he put me on stand out and time out for like 300 seconds. And once someone said, I think it was Mr. Miles said, okay, but he has free speech. You should let him speak. Captain and Redneck answered, he's un-American, so he doesn't have free speech. I mean, good. I mean, we see where we are going. But I don't wait anything normal or intelligent from Captain Redneck. But the fact that DGIDC or even Ensign Ricky and some people around them believe that shit. I mean, of course, I mean, it's make that the even if I had less time to come, I had sometimes times to bring. I saw some stream live, and I was disappointed. I didn't so much want to go there. So this is the three aspects. So don't be worried about me. I'm doing my stuff, and the time I have free right now, I will try to use it well. So I will read comics, and I will maybe streams a little bit more. And for the next month, maybe maybe like with my next paycheck, I will subscribe to StreamYards, and maybe we'll be able to do some panels, because I think panels are really interesting. This is more interactive, and sometimes like people right now are not writing, so I'm not sure if people are listening or not. But when we have panels, we're able to speak a little bit more. It's more proactive, and to exchange some kind of opinion. And I will be really glad to know what you think, or what you would like to know about the comics. So on that, I mean, 1 hour and 5 minutes. I think this is enough. I will let maybe other people will stream soon. So we will close that stream. So don't remember, wash your hands. We are all together in that shit to fight COVID-19. They are charlatans. Don't listen to charlatans. This is really, really serious what happened there. And I mean, even if the charlatans insult you when you try to do the good thing, I mean, continue to do the good thing. You are saving lives. One of the best example is the bus drivers. They had a new they have a strong union in Quebec, and they decide by themselves that people will enter in the bus for free from the exit door behind, and they decide by themselves to protect themselves, and that no client from the bus will be at less than 8 feet from them. So if they isolate themselves in the bus, and they decide to do that for their own protection, but also because they will be an amazing bridge for COVID-19. Because if a bus driver is infected by the COVID-19, he can infect all the clients that go in the bus and pay. So they decided it was better for themselves and for the people in the bus to isolate themselves. And at the first time in Quebec, the bus company, but in fact this is a public services, so this is not a company really much, but the direction of the public services of bus, they challenge the the bus driver union. They said it's not fine, it's not correct, you can't do that, don't do that, the people need to pay. I mean, and the bus union, the driver bus union, standing its ground, and they continue to do it. And finally, I mean, they won. I mean, the direction of the organization of the public services said, okay, that's fine, because all the other city had already accept. And I'm pretty sure in that way, the bus drivers, by standing their ground with their union, they saved a lot of infection, and by the way, they saved life. So you need to stand up when it's not fair, when it's when people charlatans or people that are negligent refuse to respect the rules. I mean, stand your ground. This is your responsibility as a citizen. So, and wash your hands, and don't do the Momo challenge. Have a great day.